Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Levi, back for another video, and this is the War of the States. So we got we don't have all of them, because it's not possible to have all of them, but we got most of the United States of America, most of the states in the United States of America. So in District 1, we have stuff related to me and other members of Blockhead Gaming, which is Alaska, where my dad was born, Virginia, where I was raised, California, where Ben, Aiden, and Stevie were raised, and Maryland, where I was born. In District 2, we got Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, and Colorado. In District 3, we got Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, and Georgia. In District 4, we got Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, and Indiana. In District 5, we got Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Maine. In District 6, we have Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, and Mississippi. In District 7, we got Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada. In District 8, we got New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, and New York. In District 9, we have North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, and Oklahoma. In District 10, we got Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and South Carolina. In District 11, we got South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah. And finally, in the last district, we got Vermont, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. So let's go and hit proceed and see what happens in the bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Ohio grabs a jar of fishing bait, while South Dakota gets fishing gear. Maryland kills North Dakota with her own weapon. Alaska runs away from the cornucopia. Connecticut runs away from the cornucopia. Indiana, Illinois, Nevada, and New York share everything they gather before running. North Carolina sets an explosive off, killing Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Louisiana. Tennessee stays at the cornucopia for resources. Massachusetts runs away from the cornucopia. Washington runs away from the cornucopia. Oregon runs away from the cornucopia. Maine runs away from the cornucopia. South Carolina grabs a jar of fishing bait, while Rhode Island gets fishing gear. Delaware stays at the cornucopia for resources. Wisconsin runs away from the cornucopia. Idaho runs away from the cornucopia. Utah snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Georgia runs away from the cornucopia. Colorado runs away from the cornucopia. Michigan scares Texas away from the cornucopia. Virginia runs away from the cornucopia. Oklahoma takes a handful of throwing knives. Florida runs away from the cornucopia. Alabama runs away from the cornucopia. Vermont runs away from the cornucopia. Nebraska runs away from the cornucopia. Mississippi runs into the cornucopia and hides. New Hampshire runs away from the cornucopia. Kentucky breaks California's nose for a basket of bread. New Mexico grabs a shovel. Arkansas snatches a pair of sais. Hawaii and Minnesota fight for a bag. Hawaii gives up and retreats. Kansas runs away from the cornucopia. Missouri runs away from the cornucopia. New Jersey runs away from the cornucopia. West Virginia runs away from the cornucopia. And Montana snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Proceed. Okay. Day 1, we got Maryland travels to higher ground. Georgia makes a slingshot. Utah, Ohio, Virginia, Missouri, and Massachusetts send further tributes. California and Rhode Island split up to search for resources. Alabama constructs a shack. Delaware constructs a shack. Texas scares Washington off. Indiana hunts for other tributes. Alaska, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Maine, and New Hampshire hunt for other tributes. Nebraska receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Colorado defeats West Virginia in a fight but spares his life. Montana injures herself. Tennessee and Hawaii hunt for other tributes. Mississippi defeats South Dakota in a fight but spares his life. New York is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Um, Oregon sets South Carolina on fire with a Molotov. Michigan dis dis dissipates decapitates. Now I feel dumb. Vermont with a sword. Minnesota strangles Idaho with a rope. Kentucky receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Florida and Nevada split up to search for resources. Illinois discovers a cave. North Carolina practices his archery. Wisconsin picks flowers. Arkansas begs for Kansas to kill him. He refuses, keeping Arkansas alive. Connecticut tries to spear fish with a trident. New Jersey collects fruit from a tree. So that is 7. Cannon shots can be heard in the distance. North Dakota, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Louisiana, South Dakota, Vermont, and Idaho are gone. They're dead. Night 1. New Hampshire and North Carolina run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Wisconsin thinks about home. Kansas tends to his wounds. Delaware, Illinois, Montana, and Mississippi tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Minnesota receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Michigan screams for help. New Mexico tries to sing himself to sleep. Hawaii tends to Alaska's wounds. Tennessee dies trying to escape the arena. Texas convinces Maryland to snuggle with him. South Dakota tends to his wounds. New York and Kentucky sleep in shifts. Florida sees a fire but stays hidden. California tends to Connecticut's wounds. Why do I keep trying to say Kentucky? Because I already said Kentucky is up there. Colorado questions her sanity. Nevada and Oregon talk about the tribute still alive. Washington sees a fire but stays hidden. Oklahoma and Massachusetts talk about the tribute still alive. Arkansas and Alabama. Arkansas lets Alabama into his shelter. Maine and Rhode Island talk about the tribute still alive. New Jersey destroys Virginia's supplies while she is asleep. Nebraska, West Virginia, Missouri, and Indiana sleep in shifts. Utah thinks about home. Georgia and Ohio run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Day 2. Washington dies trying to escape the arena. Texas sets an explosive off, killing West Virginia, Minnesota, and Ohio. So that's Washington, West Virginia, Minnesota, and Ohio that are dead. Maine is pricked by thorns while picking berries. North Carolina shoots a poisonous blow dart into New Mexico's neck, slowly killing him. So that's New Mexico now. Massachusetts, Kansas, and Missouri get into a fight. Kansas triumphantly kills them both. So now it's Massachusetts and Missouri added to that. Montana hunts for other tributes. New Hampshire explores the arena. Kentucky scares South Dakota off. Virginia makes a wooden spear. Wisconsin attacks Illinois, but he manages to escape. Utah tries to spear fish with a trident. Indiana receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Colorado questions her sanity. New Jersey scares Alabama off. Nevada diverts Maryland's attention and runs away. Oregon picks flowers. Alaska, Georgia, Connecticut, Florida, and Michigan hunt for other tributes. Mississippi forces Rhode Island to kill Delaware, or Arkansas, he decides to kill Delaware. California, Oklahoma, and New York hunt for other tributes. Hawaii tracks down and kills Nebraska. That's a lot of people. 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Tennessee, Washington, West Virginia, Minnesota, Ohio, New Mexico, Massachusetts, Missouri, Delaware, and Nebraska. Let's see everyone's status now. Okay, so all of District 1 is still alive. In District 2, we still got Alabama, Arkansas, and Colorado. In District 3, we still got Connecticut, Florida, and Georgia. In District 4, we still got Hawaii, Illinois, and Indiana. In District 5, we still got Kansas, Kentucky, and Maine. In District 6, we got Michigan and Mississippi. In District 7, we got Montana and Nevada. In District 8, we still have New Hampshire, New Jersey, and New York. In District 9, we have North Carolina and Oklahoma. In District 10, we got Oregon and Rhode Island. In District 11, we still have South Dakota, Texas, and Utah. And in District 12, we have Wisconsin. Go back to fallen tributes. Proceed. Okay. Night 2. Indiana tends to her wounds. Texas, California, and North Carolina discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Montana tends to her wounds. Arkansas and Florida run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Maine thinks about home. Oregon receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Alaska starts a fire. Hawaii, New Jersey, and Rhode Island discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. South Dakota sees a fire but stays hidden. Kentucky and Wisconsin run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Virginia attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Utah sees a fire but stays hidden. Mississippi screams for help. Connecticut lets Nevada into his shelter. Oklahoma, Illinois, New York, and Alabama tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Georgia tends to Kansas's wounds. New Hampshire receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Michigan destroys Maryland's supplies while she is asleep. And Colorado looks at the night sky. Day 3. Hawaii sprains his ankle running away from Rhode Island. Mississippi injures herself. Illinois runs away from Utah. New Jersey chases Michigan. South Dakota explores the arena. Oregon fishes. Nevada ambushes Texas and kills him, so Texas is gone. Alabama explores the arena. Alaska attacks Wisconsin, but she manages to escape. Indiana travels to higher ground. Florida receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. New Hampshire picks flowers. Maine injures herself. Connecticut discovers a cave. Colorado collects fruit from a tree. Maryland does the same. North Carolina discovers a river. California stalks Georgia. Okay. Arkansas, Kentucky, Kansas, and Montana hunt for other tributes. Virginia strangles Oklahoma after engaging in a fist fight. And New York travels to higher ground. So I think that means Oklahoma is gone, and Texas. I think Oklahoma and Texas are the two. Yep. Okay, proceed. Okay. Night 3. Florida cries himself to sleep. Illinois and Montana threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. So I think that means Illinois and Montana died. Michigan tends to New York's wounds. Oregon kills Utah as she tries to run. Kentucky kills North Carolina for his supplies. Virginia tries to treat her infection. Alaska, Indiana, Maryland, and Wisconsin sleep in shifts. Colorado receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Hawaii and New Hampshire run into each other and decide to choose for the night. Kansas defeats California in a fight but spares his life. Connecticut receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Arkansas. Lets Maine into his shelter. Nevada and Alabama tell stories about themselves to each other. Georgia and Mississippi talk about the tribute still alive. New Jersey destroys South Dakota's supplies while he is asleep, and Rhode Island tries to sing himself to sleep. Day 4. Colorado forces South Dakota to kill Alaska, or Rhode Island, he decides to kill Alaska. Oregon discovers a cave. New Hampshire attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death. So Alaska and New Hampshire dead in this page. Hawaii is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Mississippi stalks California. Arkansas and Maine hunt for other tributes. Kansas, Maryland, Nevada, and Georgia hunt for other tributes. Alabama tries to spearfish with a trident. New Jersey collects fruit from a tree. Michigan runs away from Indiana. Connecticut practices his archery. Kentucky travels to higher ground. New York is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Florida bashes Virginia's head in with a mace, so that means Virginia's dead too. Wisconsin collects fruit from a tree. Oh, wow. Arena event. A cloud of poisonous smoke starts to fill the arena. Maryland survives. California survives. Kentucky is engulfed in a cloud of poisonous smoke, so Kentucky's dead. Rhode Island and New York decide to run into the cloud together. Indiana and Hawaii agree to die in the cloud together, but Indiana pushes Hawaii in without warning. Michigan and Florida decide to run into the cloud together. Maine survives. Alabama sacrifices himself so South Dakota can get away. Arkansas survives. Kansas and Connecticut decide to run into the cloud together. Georgia and Oregon decide to run into the cloud together. Colorado survives. New Jersey survives. Wisconsin slowly pushes Nevada closer into the cloud until she can't resist anymore. Mississippi is engulfed in a cloud of poisonous smoke. That's a lot of people. Wow. 20 cannon shots can be heard. Illinois, Montana, Utah, North Carolina, Alaska, New Hampshire, Virginia, Kentucky, Rhode Island, New York, Hawaii, Michigan, Florida, Alabama, Kansas, Connecticut, Georgia, Oregon, Nevada, and Mississippi. Let's see everyone's status. So we still got California and Maryland alive for District 1. We still got Arkansas and Colorado alive for District 2. We got Indiana alive for District 4. We got Maine alive for District 5. All of District 6 and 7 and 9 and 10 are dead. We got New Jersey alive for District 8. We got South Dakota alive for District 11. And Wisconsin alive for District 12. Go back to fallen tributes. Proceed. Okay. South Dakota receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Wisconsin receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Colorado tends to Maine's wounds. California tends to Alaska's wounds. Oh, Arkansas's wounds. Why did I say Alaska? I don't know. Alaska was dead. I mentioned that, I think. Maryland and New Jersey talk about the tribute still alive. Indiana dies trying to escape the arena. Colorado begs for Maryland to kill her. She refuses, keeping Colorado alive. Wisconsin, New Jersey, California, and Maine raid Arkansas's camp while he is hunting. South Dakota tries to sleep through the entire day. Indiana from District 4 is dead, so I think that means District 4 is completely dead, unless there was another one in District 4 that was still alive. I forgot. Arkansas receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Maine is awoken by nightmares. New Jersey sets an explosive off, killing Maryland. Colorado, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. California receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. So California is the only one alive from District 1. California defeats Arkansas in a fight but spares his life. New Jersey camouflages himself in the bushes. Maine discovers a river. Okay. To continue. Okay. New Jersey convinces Maine to snuggle with her. Arkansas tries to sing himself to sleep. California falls into a pit and dies. So now all of District 1 is dead. Arkansas fishes. New Jersey receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor, and Maine goes hunting. We're in the top 3: Arkansas, Maine, and New Jersey, I think. Yeah, New Jersey. Okay. Maine is awoken by nightmares. New Jersey and Arkansas sleep in shifts. Man, are we going to be at this for a while? New Jersey stabs Arkansas with a tree branch. Maine attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. So that means New Jersey's the winner, I think. Right? Yeah, New Jersey's the winner. We got a winner. New Jersey. New Jersey. So if all of the United States went into a big old war and started hating each other and stuff, then New Jersey would be the winner. Placements: New Jersey was first, second place was Maine, third place was Arkansas, fourth place was California, fifth place was Wisconsin, sixth place was South Dakota, seventh place was Colorado, eighth place was Maryland, ninth place was Indiana, 10th place was Mississippi, 11th place was Nevada, 12th place was Oregon, 13th place was Georgia, 14th place was Connecticut, 15th place was Kansas, 16th place was Alabama, 17th place was Florida, 18th place was Michigan, 19th place was Hawaii, 20th place was New York, 21st place was Rhode Island, 22nd place was Kentucky, 23rd place was Virginia, 24th place was New Hampshire, 25th place was Alaska, 26th place was North Carolina, 27th place was Utah, 28th place was Montana, 29th place was Illinois, 30th place was Oklahoma, 31st place was Texas, 32nd place was Nebraska, 33rd place was Delaware, 34th place was Missouri, 35th place was Massachusetts, 36th place was New York, 37th place was Ohio, 38th place was Minnesota, 39th place was West Virginia, 40th place was Washington, 41st place was Tennessee, 42nd place was Idaho, 43rd place was Vermont, 44th place was South Carolina, 45th place was Louisiana, 46th place was Pennsylvania, 47th place was Arizona, and the first one to die was North Dakota, in 48th place, last place. District placements: first place, District 8, second place, District 5, third place, District 2, fourth place, District 1. Our district plays pretty good on the list, I guess. 5th place, District 12, 6th place, District 11, 7th place, District 4, 8th place, District 6, 9th place, District 7, 10th place, District 10, 11th place, District 3, and 12th place, District 9. Kills, New Jersey got 5, North Carolina got 4, Texas got 3, Oregon and Kansas got 2, Minnesota, Virginia, South Dakota, Hawaii, Rhode Island, Indiana, Maryland, Nevada, Florida, Michigan, Kentucky, and Wisconsin got 1 kill. That's all the placements. Let's go back to the reaping so I can end the video. So, yeah, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this one, then slap that like button. As always, stay awesome. Goodbye.